You're always first.
Bees, it's been a week. How do you, in this role, all of 2 days, now handle this announcement, just personally and with your team?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty wild 72 hours for me. Obviously, as far as in the news today, Jon Daniels is a friend first for me. This is my 8th year. He hired me. He's done a lot for me and my family. He's been tremendous. And obviously, our relationship will go beyond the game of baseball. But there's nothing good about this for me. I don't take any joy in speaking about this today. I usually don't mind questions, but today I do. He's special. He's been professional. He's been honest. He's been everything that I could ever imagine. He's been with me through some tough times in my life personally, and so I'm just grateful for the opportunity that he gave me.
I asked Ray Davis how to address the team. He said they were going to wait, see why I would be on the road with you guys in Minnesota. How do you address this? Because I would assume you have to address it with your team. How will you do that?
Yeah, I mean, today we just, we didn't want to disrupt the routines of everyone today. We've had a lot the last few days. We've had a lot of meetings. We've had a lot of discussions about, things that have transpired and need to transpire. So we just want the team to breathe a little bit. And when the time is right, then, we'll get together and talk about what we need to talk about.
So one thing we've talked about in the 48 hours since you've been in this job is the collective, building a team unity. Does a decision like this impact that effort at all on your part? Not that you give less effort, but does it impact your ability to have effort on that?
Well, I mean, I just think it brings to light the reality of how, we perform and how it affects everyone involved. We always say we're all in this together, and we are, because, our livelihood is based on performance. And that's the business that we're in. We accept that when we get into this industry. And so we know that comes along with the territory. But it gives us a spark, and it hits home that we know that, hey, maybe there's some things that we have to do better. And everyone's responsible. It's not just the people that are held accountable, at that moment. Everyone is responsible.
Tony, have you had a chance to talk to Chris, and then also the vision now that he's in charge, and as you guys make the lineup card for these next 48 games?
Yeah, Chris and I have talked, and we just got to stick together. We know what we've got to accomplish. We've had conversations the last 3 days about where we need to go and some things that we need to do in the midst of that, and so I think we honored JD in a way by keeping it going forward. He was a part of those things as well that we need to clean up and improve upon. So we just got to keep it moving. This is a tough day for Chris as well. No one's celebrating today, but we know we have a job to do, and we're going to stick together and get it done.
As now one of the faces of this organization, how do you tell the fan base to have this patience after 6 years of limited success to what they might perceive as starting from scratch and maybe thinking, here we go for 6 more?
Well, I can only control the things that I can control, and my attitude, my effort towards getting us, giving the fans a product on the field that they can be proud of. How we play the game, how we carry ourselves, and like I said before, what it means to be a Texas Ranger, to bring, something meaningful back to that. My job is to make sure that we try to enhance that, and so I can focus on the things that I can control, and the world wasn't built in a day. And we are where we are, and we've got some work to do and realize that, but we've got to lay one brick at a time.
Bees, you managed Chris Young way back in the day when he was a minor leaguer, and this is complete full circle. Has that hit you, and how does that hit you?
Yeah, I've managed Chris in 2002, I think it was, in Hickory, and then I managed him again in Syracuse in AAA. So, we go way back. But he was a competitor then, and always was a fierce competitor with a lot of tenacity and very professional and motivated to do his job. I see those same characteristics in him today. So, I have all the confidence in the world that he'll do the right things to get the organization where it needs to be. He's motivated, he's driven, and he has a vision. So, I share that with him.
On Monday, can you just, when Chris and Jon called you into the office, it was just the two of them and you, correct?
Yes.
And did one or the other of them lead the conversation? Was Jon leading the conversation? Was Chris? I'm just trying to make sure I understand, like, how you were informed.
JD led the conversation initially. Chris interjected, so it was a collective deal. It wasn't just one-sided. So they both spoke with me and just told me what had transpired and what the expectations were, and tasked me with certain things to try and get done.
And when Chris was up here the other day, he talked about that this is a 100% partnership. That was based on the firing of Chris, your promotion. Did they express the same thing, that we have a partnered vision going forward?
Yes. Yes.
Tony, when players come here and sign long contracts expecting to play with the leadership that's in place, and then that is changed early on, how unsettling can that be, and what can you say to guys about that?
Well, I think you got to give players credit. Like, players understand how this works. I mean, if a player signs a long contract anywhere, he probably is pretty aware of the idea that he's not going to have the same manager for all of those years. I mean, we know, like, we work in increments of 3 to 4 years, basically, and then we rotate. I've been very blessed. This is my 8th year here. I'm an anomaly. And so we understand that. I mean, that's just anyone in that clubhouse understand it. Every player, every coach, that's what we do. I mean, that's how we work. I've been 35 years in baseball, and I've never had a 5-year contract, somewhere. So every 2 or 3 years you're wondering, am I going to be here? Or am I going to go somewhere else? That's just how we do. So our focus is always dominate your job, and then you always have a job. So that's how we operate. Players, coaches, that's our mentality.